Good morning, ladies. First, I'm going to ask you to please excuse my allergies that are really giving me fits today, and my dogs who like to drink water louder than any horse I've ever heard drink water. So, that is Sissy behind us. I'm going to show you today how to use Inkscape to manipulate images that you can then export and print for your tumblers or t-shirts or whatever. In this case, we're going to do this image here. We're going to create this image from two other images. So first thing I'm going to do is, make sure that this selector tool is the one that's selected, okay? And that it is, let me try that again. You want it to be the selector tool. You don't want it to be any of these other things because they work differently. So selector tool, we're going to come up to File, top left corner, Import, which is about halfway down. I'm going to grab my 7-Up image. And then I'm going to grab my, oh, nope, not in here. It's going to be in here. And I'm going to go down. There's lots of images. Oh, there it is. Okay. Grab this guy. And these are images that came in a bundle that I bought, so I'm just using them because they're already done. I will show you later in a different video how we can piece these kinds of images together without having to buy the files. So we're just going to get started real quick. I want to make this 7 in Captain instead of Coke and Captain. So we're going to start with this one, and we are going to take this Captain out of this file. So it's one file, and we want to cut the Captain out. So to do that, we're going to come over here, and we are going to switch to this rectangle tool, square tool, and we are going to find this middle here, which I believe to be right there. We're going to come down and over. We cover up what we want to keep, okay? When you're clipping, you want to cover what you're keeping and leave exposed what you want to go away. So we could, now that our shape is highlighted, we could just hit Shift and then select that, or we can take this and just highlight both of them, which selects them both. Then we're going to come up here to Object, and then we're going to go down to Clip and over to Set Clip. And there you go. You've got your Captain. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to grab our 7-Up, and I did not grab that all the way to the top, so I'm going to come up here and make that just a tad bit higher. Okay. Now we're going to grab both of those, do the same thing, Object, Clip, Set. And now we are going to make sure, now I use these at 8.17 is my height, and I do that because I like a little bit of overhang. I like my image to go over the bevels on the bottom of the cups. I prefer it that way, and I will share some of my results with that later and how I wrap them to make sure that there's no issues at the bottom when I do that. Well, you just bring these two images together. That's not quite together, and I know that because I can see this line between them. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to select the Captain. I'm going to come up here, make sure that this is at inches, because if it's at millimeters, it will take you forever to move it. And we're going to come over here to the x-axis and go negative so we can move it to the left. And now they are aligned. Grab them both. I'm going to come up here to Object, and we are going to group them. And now they are one image. And it's that simple as far as putting them together. And I just undid them with my fingers, but there. Okay. Object, group, make sure they're together. Okay, so from here we can, manipulate them however we want. Now to get them out so you can use them, I have my sidebar. It's already set up with all of the fun stuff that I use, but you can find all of that stuff in here. You go File, and then you can go down to Export, which will bring export up over here in your toolbar. So at that point, you don't want to just click export because it's going to send it to some random place that you probably do not save your files to. So make sure you click on the folder so you can save it with the name you want and the location that you want. For me, I save mine to my downloads folder, and this particular one I named 7 Cat, and you just come over here and click save. I've already got mine saved, so I'm going to leave it alone because I want to back up and show you that when I export, this is at 300 dpi. That's important because it gives you the best quality of an image that you export. So that is just the basics. How do I bring something in, manipulate it a little bit, and then export it out? Real fast, I will show you the adding text. So let's say that Lucky is his nickname and he loves 7-Up and Crown. Or Captain, sorry, I can't think. I'm going to make this 7.5 inches wide because I'm going to flip it. I'll come up here and I'm going to use this just to flip it to its side. We're going to put his name right there. Obviously, I wouldn't normally put his name here because I wouldn't cover this stuff up, but we're just going to assume that that's what it is. You grab all of this stuff, and then you go to Object, go all the way down, grab a line and distribute, brings it up over here, and now you can horizontally align the text with the image so that it's perfect, got the perfect spacing here and down here. And that's the gist of it. Of course, if you wanted to export it like this, you can. You don't have to group it together. You can just select it and go to export, and it's all there at 300 dpi, and then you can rename it. And that's how you do that. If you don't like this text that comes up, you can go to text, which you can find here also. It'll open, and then you can just go down and scroll through it and get whatever, the font you might want to use, and just switch them through until you find the one you want. And again, that'll move them, so remember to get those aligned horizontally before you export or save, and you're good to go. I hope this helped you guys a little bit. I will try and do more as I get more comfortable with the software, and try and be as helpful as I can. Inkscape is free, and I have taught myself to use it for that reason, because I like to not spend my money on things that I don't want to spend it on. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know in the comments. If there's something, anything that you have struggled with that you want to know more about, ask. If I don't know, I'll find someone who does. If I do know, I'll gladly throw together a video to help anyone. Again, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you for letting me chew up some of your time and show you what I've learned with Inkscape. For now, that'll be it, and I hope you guys get out there, create some amazing things, and make lots of money.